Hi, this is Sunshine with One Heart, One Love 101, and today we're going to talk about how to compromise in a relationship without losing yourself in the process. So you need to determine where on the totem pole does the element that's being compromised fall on, because it could be a high priority or a low priority. Now I'll give you an example. A high priority is, say, the kids need to be at school and you got to be at work, and you're cutting it close and you've already been late like 3 times. And so you ask your mate, can you take the kids for me because I don't want to lose my job or whatever. And they're like, no, 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 you just wake up early, blah, blah, blah. But they go to work later. So that could be a high priority compromise, because in your mind you think, well, dang, if I don't have no job, then how are we going to survive if I'm helping you pay these bills? Or it could be something as simple as taking out the trash. So that's what I mean by determining where on the totem pole does this element of compromise fall on. Because ultimately, when you choose your mate, you're choosing a mate that's going to be a team. You're choosing a mate for your life, to share your life with. And it's common sense in most cases that if you have a need that needs to be met, it should not even be questioned, because that's why you chose them, to be with you and to share life with you, so that they can have compassion, because ideally they're supposed to already have the compassion in their heart for you anyway. So why do you have to pose this question? I don't know. Some people get selfish. Some people start becoming unappreciative. So you have to remind them where this relationship is going, or you don't have to have one. So you have to love yourself first. And if the person is making you feel like you're losing yourself in the relationship, then that's a serious matter to consider, because no one should make you feel like you're losing yourself because you're just giving so much of yourself. You're giving. Then what are they giving? Why are you the only one giving? So that's what you have to think about. And if your relationship has gotten that bad, then you have 3 choices that you need to consider. You need to either rise above the compromise and stay silent. You stay silent in this moment, because this is when you have to make a plan of action. You need to take a methodological approach to what you're doing, because this will determine your future and what you're going to be doing, depending upon if this mate you picked chooses to be empathetic to your needs and change. So you're going to be watching them. You're going to be watching their behavior, because you shouldn't keep fighting about the same thing every day, all day. And so while you make this plan of action, you watch them. So you're going to be standing your ground. You're going to continue to stand your ground. But in that moment that you stand your ground, you have to have your active listening and active communication, because if you're not, something very minute could lead to something very big. And you don't want it to become a volatile situation between the two of you. So, the first measure, rise above the situation. That's one choice you could pick, or stand your ground, or retreat. Now, if you have little ones involved and you retreat, that means you've given up on the whole relationship and everything, because you're just tired. If this person that you chose is affecting you so bad to where you're just willing to give up everything because they're not willing to compromise to something in your relationship, then you need to think about the situation that you're putting yourself in. Because if you retreat, that means you're thinking emotionally, but it might be because it's something that they're putting you in harm's way, or anything could be happening. I don't know, but you need to, if it's something very bad, like say you retreat and somebody's making you threatening you or whatever, then you need to call the Genesis Center. Like, you don't want to be leaving unless it's something detrimental to your health, where you need a shelter, you got kids involved. You know, you got to determine what you're going to do, because you don't want to make rash decisions if you don't have to. And if that's the case, if you have kids involved, you really need to think long and hard about what you're doing, because whenever the children are involved, you want to keep them comfortable at all times. You know, I had to deal with that in my life, and my mom made an ultimate decision, and she chose to keep me safe. She rose above the compromise, and she stayed silent, and she then retreated. But when she retreated, she made a segue. You know, it was a smooth transition. Nobody knew anything, and when I got to my new home, everything was all beautiful. I had a brand new bedroom set, brand new carpet, dresser, TV, nothing. There was nothing I asked for. School was good, nothing. So if you're going to put your children in these types of situations, you have to have a plan of action, and you have to think about their needs, think about your needs, and make sure it's a smooth transition. Don't just act irrationally and think with your head, not your emotions, unless the person that you are leaving is detrimental to your health, okay? Mental or physical. Then you need to go to the shelter, call the Genesis Center, and they can help you and help you find a job as well for you and your kids, okay? But don't act irrationally. If you can, give your partner some time to consider, and tell them, like, you know what, I can't deal with this too much longer. Let them know, like, you're threatening my relationship with you. Let them know, okay? So I want you to also consider, when you out there choosing that fine man, don't let him be your finest headache. When you choose wisely, okay? Now, this is Sunshine with One Heart, One Love 101. Thank you for subscribing to my channel.